to Bubbles and Breakdowns, a space designed for you to show up as your beautifully imperfect self, where we dive into the good, the bad, and the bubbly. I'm Katrina.
And I'm Ashley.
And today, it is all about those bubbles. We know it's really easy for us all to get caught up in what's going wrong. Or maybe like the goals that we haven't quite reached yet, or like we keep trying to reach, and then we're just getting down on ourselves.
Well, it's a long list.
It's a long list, right? But today, hey, we're going to flip that script, and we're going to take a positive inventory on our lives. So join us, guys, as we pause, reflect, and celebrate all those bubbly moments.
I love bubbly moments.
You are like the queen of bubbly moments, I feel.
I mean, I thrive on them. What's life without the bubbles?
I mean, being around you, I always feel better being around you.
Oh,
so I think
thanks.
you're bringing the bubbles in every interaction that I have with you. Even though we talk about hard stuff, you still have such a way to get us in a good mood.
Because I'm always drinking bubbles. No.
I know. What's in that water bottle over there today? But yeah, no, I think as we think about bubbles, like, I don't know, when do you pop that really good brand of champagne?
Good question. I feel like the biggest thing, just to expand on that a little bit more, is why are we waiting to pop the good bubbles? Mm-hmm. Like, every day is worth living. Every day is a celebration, right? Like, let's not wait. Let's enjoy the here and now and celebrate with our people and pop it. But I do pop the good bubbles when I'm with my people. I think it just, like, it doesn't matter, I'm not waiting for a huge party, right? Yeah. I want to enjoy the here and now, like I said, with my people and just spend time.
Yeah. I love that.
Linger a little longer, like have good conversations, let the night take you. And I don't know, I think slowing down has been something I've really been trying to hone in this last year. With being off of work and just being present. Yeah.
And being present does bring you back into that bubbly essence, I feel, which is to appreciate everything that's going right.
Yes.
As you look and you say, okay, I'm not going to rush around and do a million things. I'm going to pause and I'm just going to relax, or I'm just going to look at how beautiful my kids are playing in the crisp fall air with the sun hitting their beautiful little faces.
I know. Even so, last weekend, my daughter has dance on Saturdays and it's at 9:50. And I was like, oh, 9:50.
Live a whole life.
I know. Then. I was like, can't we get an 8 a.m.? Like, what's happening? Even though she's, sleeping in a little later these days. But last weekend I told Brad, I was like, I'm actually digging the 9:50 because it allows us to slow down and be more present without rushing every day, right? Because during the week it's school. Yep. Then it would be dance. So we're still trying to get there on time at 9:50, but we get to actually make breakfast and enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Or like talk about what do we want to do this weekend, right? And really be in that.
Yeah.
And that felt bubbly to me.
I love it. And thinking back about, just those moments of opportunity that present themselves that we ignore, and the fact that you've identified one of being like, oh, we have, 2 extra hours to just have a slow Saturday morning and let the kids kind of play or watch their favorite cartoon or fill in the blank, favorite show. Like, that is a special bubbly time where I agree. It's like, I actually don't enjoy that morning rush of making the lunch and da-da-da-da. So it's like, if we can have more of those for us and our kids, like, doesn't that help us all regulate and just feel calmer?
Totally. And just know how to live life not in this chaos.
Totally.
In confusion. And because I think, like you said, like, we need to regulate ourselves. I've felt so dysregulated. I hate to bring in the non-bubbles into this, but it's no way to live.
Yeah.
And to really counteract and notice, like we're talking about, notice when these good bubbles are coming up and savor that.
Yes.
Is really what life's about. But when do you pop the good champagne? Tell me your bubbly moments.
So I will say, pop in the good champagne. I will think back to maybe one of the first times I ever had Prosecco. And I was sitting in a nice restaurant, and I believe I was with Matt, and I was drinking it out of this beautiful glass. And this moment rushed over me, and I looked at Matt and I said, this is how I'm meant to live. I was like, I am this person. Like, I need champagne.
The lady who lunches with champagne.
Exactly, right? And I remember being like, this just feels so right. I was not raised going to fine dining places. I was not raised, spending money frivolously. This was not a lifestyle that was ever shown or present in my growing up. And so when I had this moment of like, I'm enjoying a glass of bubbles at a fancy restaurant, I'm like, I have made it. I have made it in life. And like, this is who I'm meant to be. Am I supposed to be royalty? Like, I just felt.
Roll out that red carpet tonight.
Yeah, there's something about that, and I know that alcohol can be like controversial and there's many reasons you need to like be careful with it and, moderate it and not let it take your life over. But enjoying it and having those little moments of savoring whatever that looks like. Maybe it's a piece of chocolate. Maybe it is just a bubbly water, whatever that looks like to you out there. And allowing yourself to just be in that moment, to your point earlier. Maybe it is that I'm going to grab that bottle of wine and just say, hey, Matt, do you want to grab a quick little moment on the patio before we go pick up the kids as our workday is ending? And I call them mini happy hours.
Love it.
And we run outside and we like maybe put a little snacky together and we just sit and we talk about the day or we talk about what we're going to do the weekend and have a connection. And to me, to your point earlier, it's about being with your people. Totally. It's about connecting with people. It's about, decompressing. It's about relaxing and, just taking those moments. But outside of that, there's many other things
Absolutely.
That we could be celebrating.
And I think too, to expand on, you said it exactly right. It doesn't have to be the champagne. It doesn't have to be that, but it's that metaphor of why are we waiting to celebrate?
Yes.
Right? Like, what? Don't save that quote unquote good bottle, right? Like, right. We need to strive for that connection now and those moments now and savor what really completes us as people. You know what I mean? So that's really what this episode is about today, is just talking about those wins or those pops or those bubbles that get us feeling the way we should as people, to make us really realize that this is what life is about and this is what matters in the chaos. I love it. We talked a lot about manifestation and goal setting and all these things where we're trying to be our best, but we got to be in the present, right? Like, we want to goal set for the future. We want to do all these things, but let's enjoy the here and now. And those victories are worth something.
And I love that point, because there was this quote that resonates with me. If you're always striving, then you're never arriving, right? So if we're constantly in this state of seeking better or looking for better or aspiring for more, the nicer car, the better job, the better promotion, the healthier weight, the smaller jean size, whatever that means to you, then we are really missing out on what's in front of us. And I also, just as I'm talking, you bought me a gift for my 40th that was, I felt something I needed at the time, and you didn't even probably know it, but it was that beautiful little bracelet, and it said "Stop and Smell the Roses" engraved on the inside. And I thought to myself, oh, we always need that reminder. We always need that reminder to slow down, to take this positive inventory, because if you don't, then you don't fully realize all of the beautiful moments that are presenting themselves. Or you don't fully realize that you may have missed some of those moments of saying, hey, maybe today is the day that I let the kids ride their bikes to school. Or maybe today is the day that I have that mini happy hour with my husband. Or today is the day where we're going to have a snack tray dinner and we're just going to have fun and popcorn movie night. And we're going to create this moment of just lightness that gets us out of our routine, that allows that bubbly space to kind of come into our home.
Totally. And I think you kind of opened my eyes right now by saying sometimes I will just be like, no. Because it stresses me out more to think of like, oh, I got to get these kids with sunscreen on, or I've got to get jackets and gloves. But it's like, okay.
And they're okay.
Yeah,
they're
right?
Right.
So it's like, take that pressure off. Let's enjoy these good little nuggets of life where we are celebrating the good.
Yeah.
Right? And really enjoying it and savoring it. And I think that's what we're going to share today is just some of our personal wins and just talking about our successes, which is fun.
Little and big.
Yes.
All bubbles welcome.
Totally.
You know, so what are some of your little or big personal victories that you've had that maybe deserve that bubbly moment that you want to share?
Great question. So I think like just reflecting, the last year, I've been stay-at-home momming it. And part of, I kind of mentioned it earlier about those Saturdays is I've really started to slow down. Even I laugh because I'm thinking when I started dating my husband, I drove a Chevy Aveo, which is basically a car that you could like pick up.
I was going to say, isn't that tiny?
It is so tiny, but it was the best to parallel park in the city.
I was going to say, this is a city car.
Oh my gosh. I was like, whoop, whoop. It was kind of like a go-kart-ish, right? And he always used to say like, what are your hobbies? And I'm like, I don't really have
I don't know why I laughed at that.
It's because it's like, all I do is like, I kind of serve others, you know?
do.
And he was like, Ashley, I just see you. All you do is zip around in that little Aveo going from this kid's birthday party. And at the time I didn't have kids, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of my girlfriends do. This person's first birthday party for their kid. And then you got to take Baxter over here, which is my old dog. And then you're going shopping for yourself. Okay, just something for yourself finally. Then he was living in the suburbs. So I'm zipping out to the burbs, zipping back to the city, zipping to the burbs for work, zipping back to the city. And he's like, doesn't that stress you out? And until he said something, it didn't really register, right? Because I'm like, this is my life. This is how I've been programmed. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's too like growing up in a home that wasn't as stable. Mm-hmm. I always felt like I needed to go and do.
Or be elsewhere.
Exactly. And now I think grown so much from that to this past year of being at home, I am choosing me and my core unit, which is my family of 4, and slowing down a bit. Do I still feel crazy? Yes. Like I'm human and I'm Ashley. But that is something that's really resonated this year for me is just slow down. You don't have to, and say no. No is such a powerful word that if something's not serving you or is going to stress you out, you don't have to go.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be okay.
I love it. And there is something about, we want to feel accomplished in every day that we live on this planet. And if you're like me as well, type A, I have to-do lists that I probably write and rewrite every single day because that's just who I am. But there is beauty in the non-to-do list days. And when you have a non-to-do list day and you even like preserve it to where I will look at my husband and we are not doing laundry today. No, sir. Don't you dare put that load in there because you know what? I don't want to fold it.
But also don't get any clothes dirty.
Yeah, exactly. Like you better be pristine by the end of this day. But like truly, I think there is just a lot of beauty in embracing moments of freedom. And I think that we need to work to have more of those. And, I'll even share one that came up for me, Ashley, on personal victories that happened today. I am not a morning workout, morning-ish, okay? I would drop my kids off at daycare and then I would run home the 2 to 3 miles from their daycare, depending where I told Matt to
ran home.
Oh yeah, from our old school, yeah. So
get it.
It's so if you go right from there, it's 3 miles, or I would have like Matt drop me up at this one point. But today, I knew I had a busy day, and I thought, okay, when am I gonna get my run in? And so I went to bed last night. I laid out all my running stuff.
Oh.
And I looked at Matt. I was like, I am going to run in the morning. And he was like, are you going to set an alarm? I go, no, because if I set an alarm, what happens is it could wake me up right in the middle of a REM cycle. And then I'm grouchy McGrouchersome. And there's no way I'm going to run. I go, I think I'm going to wake up on time. He goes, are you sure? I've seen you wake up. And I don't think that's going to happen. You snuggle back in and da-da-da. I said, okay, whatever. I don't really care. I'm going to try. So I go to bed, 5:33. I see the clock. And I was like, in the morning. And I was like, oh, I should get up. And I laid there. I did my normal. He knows me. I laid there and I was, I think I do have enough energy. So I was like, I feel good, right? So then it was 5:48. I get out of bed. I quietly go to the bathroom, grab my stuff. I go lace up the shoes. I go out and I ran, 2.6 miles. And by the way, every point, whatever counts. And
yes, it does.
And the moon was out, and I'm looking up and I'm like, oh, I got to not be on the sidewalks because I could trip and fall and scratch myself. But either way, I got it done. And then I even showered before dropping off the kids. And I was like, it is not even 9:00. And I feel so accomplished. And that was a bubbly moment for me because I, number one, I honored where I was. Mm-hmm. I didn't force an alarm. I checked in with my body. I was like, how am I feeling? Oh, I've got energy. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go. I went. I enjoyed it. I felt light on my feet.
Oh, there's nothing better than a workout when you feel
yes,
you have that spark.
Yes. If you're struggling through a workout or like if I'm running and I feel like someone poured cement in my legs, I literally will just now stop and start walking because number one, I feel like I'm going to cause an injury. And number two, it's just not worth it. Mm-hmm. So if it's not feeling good to me, I definitely stop. But today it felt great. And yeah, it was just a moment of like, hey, I showed up for myself. I didn't talk myself out of it. I set myself up for success, which I think we've talked about in prior episodes that the present moment is being pre-sent. Yes. Right? And so I pre-sent it to myself.
Yeah. And you said, Matt, I'm doing this.
Accountability, right? Yes. So anyway, that's one that came up for me.
Oh, I'm giving you snaps.
Snappy
I feel like
snaps,
I'm in like
poppy pops.
sorority days.
Or in like the poetry corners.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I need a beret or something.
I love it.
Slam. What is it called? Slam poetry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's bring that back.
Let's do it.
Come on, 90s.
It's like the fall leaves are falling.
Boom,
red,
boom, boom.
orange, yellow. Snap, snap.
I love it. You're a poet.
I'm gonna do this each episode now. Lucky everyone who's listening. Go. Good for you. I think, and there is something so satisfying when you are holding yourself accountable for something and just being like we talked about, like, don't worry about the pressure. No one's pressure. The only pressure on yourself is you that you are putting on yourself, right? That's it. So shake it off. Mm-hmm. It's not helping. Mm-mm. But once you do something that's so easy, it's complete. Like, I feel like sometimes I would be so, like, not nervous, but like, oh, I have to send this email and it's going to take me 10 minutes to draft and I have to proofread. And like, you kind of put things off when you get in your head.
Yeah. It's right? Like the dread stalls you.
Yes. So it's like when you start to feel lighter
and you just go,
you're just like, that was it. Like, even, like, to be honest, like I just had my first mammogram on Tuesday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This is 40. And I was like, I'm scared. Like, all I've heard is like, it hurts. And like, I was in there and I was like, this is it.
It's not that bad.
Not that bad. And I only bring that up to be like, your fear will prevent you from doing things you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Screw it.
100%.
Say, get out of here.
That's the fear. It's so funny. It's so funny you brought the word fear up. Like, I think that is part of our bubbly moments is when we like say, hey, fear, anxiety, not today.
Not today.
I'm not going to let that, or control. Like, the moments when we can just relinquish control and let things be easy is our bubbly moments.
Oh, you're so right. Like, there's certain times where I'm like, why am I fighting this? Or why am I making this such a big deal? And control is such an issue. Yeah. And it's definitely subconsciously, because I'm not thinking like, I need to control the situation right now. Like, it's just so like, I feel at ease when I have that, right? And I love how Katrina like quotes studies, and I'm like, I saw this one Instagram post by this therapist that I follow. You know what I mean? But it said something that like, the reason we feel out of control, and again, go back to my like upbringing, is because I can control my moments where before I couldn't. I couldn't control that feeling of feeling helpless or not supported. And now I don't want to feel that way again. So even when it's like with my husband who loves me and supports me, I still need to like, he's always like, Ashley, you don't need to rule the roost. And I'm like, I'm going to rule it. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but
here's your back seat pass.
Exactly.
I'm in the driver's seat.
Totally. You know, but like, yeah, fear it's crippling.
It is.
It is crippling. And I don't know.
So there was another moment I think is a great display of like relinquishing control. And the joy that comes with that, the bubbles that comes from that came up. So we recently went on this beautiful fall trip up north, and we do it every year. And there was a morning where I was like, well, we got to keep the kids busy. Maybe we'll take them to a park. And then all of a sudden I look out, and this is on this home that we rent with Matt's parents, and his sister and kid come with us as well, and her husband. So it's a nice group of us. They're out walking. It's on a lake, so it's a little bay area, and it's the most beautiful view. It's stunning. It's the most peaceful. Like I even said to my mother-in-law, I said, I will know I've made it in life when I look out my window and something like this is my view, because I can't tell you just how at home I am next to water. So it was like the stage is set. I look out, there's these cute kids walking out there, and they're going out on the dock. And I thought to myself, well, I got to get out there. So I like stopped what I was doing because I'm trying to be present. And I get out there, and they're like looking in the water, and my son found this cute little hand of a crab, and he's showing me what he found, and we found a snail, and then they were exploring. Mind you, they're dressed for the day. They're ready to go. And I asked them, I was like, do you guys want to put your feet in the water? And my husband was like, no, don't do it. They're going to get so dirty. They're going to get so dirty. I go, so what? We got a laundry, we got laundry machines here. We can wash, like a laundry machine, a washer. We can wash their clothes. No big deal. So they each, all three of the kids, dipped their toes in, and they're like, whoo, it's cold, And I was like, well, come out. I'm dangling them down. And, oh, it's cold. What is that stuff? It was very shallow. I'm talking 5 inches of water. You can see the seaweed. I'm like, that's seaweed. These are plants that grow underwater. And I'm taking time to just be in that moment. And before I knew it, all three of them are in this sandy bay with running up and down. 10 minutes later, Matt was like, oh, they're getting so dirty. I was like, this is beautiful. I was like, they're being Matt, kids. They are having fun. Go get a towel.
Yes.
Because they're going to need it. And he was like, all right. And then he finally, I think, enjoyed it as well. Mm-hmm. And his mom came out, and she did the balance beam walk because there was like flooding in the area. So he had to like walk on these boards. And she was like, oh my gosh, this is so, so beautiful. And the next thing you know, my daughter's doing cartwheels and landing on her butt, laughing her butt off. I mean, she is just having the time of her life. And as we were recounting the events of the trip before we left, with everyone saying at dinner, we were like, what was your favorite moment of being up here? Mine was that. And it was also my mother-in-law's. And we had a lot of other fun moments, but it was just that moment of letting go of control.
I was just going to say, letting go
and letting them do what kids do, which is getting dirty, maybe a little hypothermia, because it was chilly. But my daughter said to me, that was the most fun, Mom. That was the most fun. And I was like, you just know that you have created those bubbles by not saying no.
I absolutely love that, because I've seen moments of that too, where it's, like I said, take that pressure off and just let go of your insecurities, or you're like, yes. Oh, this is one more to-do item for me. Like, who cares?
Yeah, they went and took showers, and we changed their clothes. Big whoop.
Who cares?
We're on vacation.
Yes, who cares?
Right.
Like, the same thing happened at Reagan the other day. And I was like, Brad, I got a Target pickup, but I'm doing it solo. You got both kids. I got to get out of here.
And I'm going to hide and run away.
Exactly. I was like, I'm going to talk to the Target pickup person for 2 seconds and come right back. So did it. Came back, saw them in puddles, jumping. Oh. And you're just like,
oh,
it's not even bath night or whatever. But I literally was just like, my kids are laughing so hard and just loving it. And you're right. It was just one of those things, like, that's what I'm going to remember from the whole week. Mm-hmm. Nothing else. Mm-hmm. Is when let the kids be kids, let them enjoy. And it's just great.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
To.
And I think puddles are another great example. Like, what do children like to do? They like to stomp in puddles. Oh, and then, I don't know, could we also do that?
Yes.
And I think this is where, yeah, I know, right? Like, depending your mood.
Totally. But can I tell you something? So I feel like you mentioned water kind of grounds you. Because you're a Pisces, right?
Yeah.
So is that a water sign?
Shout out to my water signs. Ooh, Pisces in the house.
So I'm a Virgo. I know. Which is basically this perfect woman.
Of course, obviously.
So come on, get on down. But like, I was reading, I'm an earth sign. Okay. Yeah. And the other day I was outside and I was playing with the kids in the leaves, whatever. And I literally laid down my head, my whole body on the earth.
I love it.
On the ground. And can I tell you, I felt so, I don't know if relieved, calm, centered, and grounded, for lack of a better word. That I was like,
you're doing.
I literally need to connect more with the earth and nature. I think before I was never, I don't know, and it's not woo woo at all, but it's like I was never really like responding to my environment. Maybe I think because I am so just like go do da that like I've really started to kind of notice the bubbles in that.
Yes,
you know what I mean, and just being like, how do I react in my environment?
I love it.
If I'm getting a little antsy in the house, get out. Yes. What's going to spark something that's nice with the kids too, or maybe without?
Yeah.
To just center yourself and feel happy.
I think that's lovely. And that you are reflecting and learning this about yourself, of being like, hey, when did I, again, positive inventory, when did I feel good? What did that look like? What was the moment? And I find a lot of mine are tethered to when I release control.
Yes.
When I stop trying to control situations and I let things roll. I mean, sometimes it bites me in the butt because you get tired kids and stuff, like, let's be honest. But other times I'm like, I'm really glad we did that. I'm really glad we just threw, Mickey D's back to them in the car instead of trying to race home and make dinner.
Totally. And I seriously feel like that just really opened my eyes. What you said, like, you're right. Relinquish that control.
Yeah. And I think I'm not perfect on this. I've gotten so much better over the last, I'll call it 5 months, to where I've just noticed, and maybe it was some of the coaching I went through, of my habits, like my knee-jerk response, or some people might call it a trauma response, which it's totally valid, where we feel out of control, we try to control more. And sometimes when you feel out of control, you just have to say, I am out of control. And lean in to being out of control. Totally. And being like, haha, yeah, thought this was going to happen. Just made a big pot of, chili no one's going to eat, but put it in the fridge. We're going out because everybody decided they want to go out to dinner.
Totally.
And you just say, who cares?
It's okay to pivot.
It's okay to pivot. And and for me, I don't want to control. Like when we look at ourselves and we say, when did I feel my happiness? And you're like, when I relinquish control, you're like, I need to do more of that. And I need to let go of my expectations, because that's just getting in the way of my happiness.
Totally. And like, it's almost by letting go of your control, you are more in control.
Right. Of yourself and your emotions.
Yes.
Yes.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I mean, letting go of control is the most control you can have.
Totally.
I think that is really resonating with me.
Let's put it on a shirt.
I mean, all over. Bumper stickers.
Do people still want magnets? I don't know. Koozies.
Oh, I love a koozie.
Oh, same.
But yeah, I mean, other things that can create little bubbles for me is like, I'll bring up one that's maybe less about fun environments or like kicking back and having a glass of champs with your buddies. It's about moments of pure honesty. And one that comes up is around being really honest with my husband and, maybe having difficult conversations, because ultimately I'm thinking about things and maybe they're all in my head. And if I can come with a lovingly, candid discussion that could fuel us in a positive direction, those are really bubbly moments to me, because I'm meeting the present with my truth, right? And in a loving way.
And it's hard to not have those types of conversations and feel the bubbles.
Right.
You know, or notice them, right? Because I think it's in a world, in a life, in a day where we are so consumed, and like you were saying, every minute is kind of scheduled.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be. We want to slow down, like I was talking about, if we can.
Right.
But like when you're so tired, those things are still so important and need to take the utmost priority, because you need to work through those tough things to enjoy the good.
Otherwise, they're weighing you down.
Yes.
Or they're in your subconscious.
Totally.
And then they're showing up in your decisions, or they're showing up in how you address one another and how short or snappy you are.
Right.
And you don't even know you're doing it. So, like, let's give ourselves grace. Like, so being honest with where I'm at, where I see him being, and saying, here's an invitation of like what needs to change. So, you know, pointing out flaws in people it's not easy to do in a loving way, but when you can, and then you can say, how do we go from here? Or how can I support you? I believe like that is a very magical moment in life that we all should afford each other in our relationships.
Totally. And make it productive, right? You never want to tear people down,
Yeah,
right?
you're not just picking on them.
No, it's just, how do we make this productive in a way that suits both of us to see the bubbles? I hate bringing it back to the bubbles, but that's what life is about. If you don't have bubbles, find them, savor them, figure it out. Like my latest bubble was getting my new orthopedic shoes.
Congratulations.
But can I tell you, plantar fasciitis is almost gone.
See, I'm telling you.
I can't even, I'm going to hookah.
Hookah. Hookah is from the clubs where we, the little smoke machines.
But I'm wearing hookahs. No, just kidding. I'm wearing hookahs, and I am just like, I can't even like. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I can't. I can't.
Good
but
shoes.
I'm like obsessed. I'm like, I'm gonna get one for the house. I got my house shoe. I got my outside shoe, and I'm just gonna have a backup.
Yeah, she walks in today to record, and she's like, "These are brand new. Can I wear them?" I was like, first of all, I am not one of those people, as type A as I am. Like, you can get my floors dirty. We can clean them. I'm like, if your feet are comfortable, please come on in.
Oh my gosh. It's like walking on a cloud. That's like also just like, it's a bubble. It's my bubble of the week.
Yes.
Are these freaking shoes, and I love it.
But it gives you, in this sense, like literally a pep in your step.
Literally this pep I needed to not be like, oh my God, I can't bear to like sit on the floor even because it hurts.
And I'm also going to call out, like, I don't judge footwear at this age anymore because like there's all these cute hip trendy girls walking around with like the Adidas Sambas, and like, guess what? There is no heel arch support in those shoes.
But also they are the narrowest toe I have ever experienced.
So if you see me wearing them, just know there is an insole in there because
okay, also, like, I know we are of the millennial generation.
I'm an older millennial.
What's the current generation?
Zoomers?
Zoomers.
Gen Z?
Yeah,
Zoomers?
yeah. Okay, I feel that. I think
that's right.
So props to them, because every HOCO picture, every prom picture I've seen, they're all wearing sneakers.
Yeah.
Sensible footwear for our Zoomers.
Yeah, so, okay, it is Gen Z, the Zoomers. Okay. They go until 2012.
Jeez.
And I'm wondering what's next. I don't know what the next one is, but maybe we'll look it up later.
Oh my gosh. But like,
they know what's up. They'll wear these like really sassy mini dresses, and then they're like rocking some
Nike,
sports kicks.
Totally. Some Air Jordans.
Yeah. And I think to myself, like, I struggled with these strappy dappy little things back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
And my poor toes.
Like, the heeled boots that were like pointy witch toe.
I know.
And literally like how the toes fit in there.
You know what? You're inspiring me. I'm going to throw them out finally, or I'm going to donate them.
Donate.
Yes.
Ladies, purge your closet.
Bubble your closet.
Bubble those boots to someone else for other foot problems and a new generation. See ya.
So, okay, taking care of your feet. Congratulations.
You have to.
You do.
But can I tell you, it just felt so good to be like, finally, girl.
Just own it.
Get it together. And it seriously has made me feel like a different human.
Yeah. I have house shoes. I love them.
Oh my God.
Can't go back.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is.
So what else? You know, you're good at creating bubble moments too. You created one for your family with a lovely dinner event recently.
Gosh, get out of here. Well, yeah. So I think this was September was a really fun month for us. We celebrated my 40th, as we all know, because I can't stop talking about it. But I invited, really close friends and their spouses, and it was just everything I wanted. It was my close people. We had a great meal. We had a great night out on the town. And it was just, you got to talk to everybody, and it was just really special. And then my in-laws both had a big birthday, milestone birthday, and we did a private chef little event. So it was just all about like reflecting back on my bubbles currently is just that connection you were talking about and spending time with people. And I think even the beginning of the month, my really, really good friend turned 40 in May, and we celebrated with like a weekend girls trip.
So fun.
And it was like my group with her and then her other group that I don't know those girls too well, but we all hung out, and it was so fun that I think we're doing an annual thing now.
That's fabulous.
And just like that connection.
I love it.
Those were my bubbles. And it was really, I don't know. It was really great.
But that's a great, an invitation to all of us to be like, book the trip. Do the thing. It's here. It's now. Life is happening.
Totally.
My daughter last night as we were going to bed said, "How long are you going to live?" She goes, "I don't want to die." And I said, "Hey, don't worry. It's a long time from now." But she's not even 6, and she's realizing life moves at a rapid pace. And I'll tell you what, it's moving more rapid than ever, because as our understanding of time shifts and grows, the older you get, it does go faster because you understand how long it's taken to be to 40 years. Mm-hmm. And now you have a point of reference for how long the next 40 are. Ooh. And if that doesn't put a little gas in your engine to say, do the thing, pop that bottle of nice champagne.
Seriously.
Plan the trip. Let go of control. Let your kids get dirty. Have the date night. Have the real talk. Say the things you want to say in the most loving way. Like, the time is now.
I feel like that sums up this episode perfectly.
Thanks.
I just like, I don't know. I think too, just chatting the way we do, I get so much reward out of this. That's another little bubble to add.
This has been a big bubble for me.
It's just so nice. And hopefully everyone listening to, you like our chat. Maybe you don't, but why are you listening to the end?
And share it with someone that you think might enjoy it, because at the end of the day, you could present a little bubble in someone's life. You could help someone else that's maybe, one of these episodes that might resonate with them. Like, please share it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
And don't forget, after every breakdown,
there's always more bubbles.
Thank you.
Please don't forget, if you're enjoying... Listeners, if you're really enjoying this podcast with Bubbles and Breakdowns, we invite you to like, follow, and subscribe, as well as rate and review us. We appreciate each of you as we're on this bubbly journey, and thanks for tuning in, and here's to more bubbly moments.
But only 5 stars. Thanks.